Hey guys, we're back again for another video, and today we're going to be making a very traditional recipe for Christmas that comes from Le Marche region in Italy. That is where my dad is from, in particular, to be exact, Ascoli Piceno. And we will be making the stuffed olives that are traditional around this time, the Christmas season. So hopefully you guys will join me in the kitchen, and I'll show you step by step how to make these amazing appetizers. You will love them. They are delicious, crispy, meat-filled olives, and I guarantee that you will love them. Just before we get into the kitchen and we begin, I want to ask all of you to please subscribe to my channel, help me grow my channel. Hit that notification button so that you get notified of any new videos that I'm posting. Leave some comments, please. I love to read your comments, and give me a thumbs up. And most of all, share this with all of your friends and family, and let's get this Cooking Blind with Yolanda channel up and running, and let's get lots and lots of subscribers. Okay, so first step that we're going to do is I've bought these olives at the local supermarket. They're just from the Olive Bar. You can see that they're the large green ones. They are pitted, of course, because I have to make my life easy as possible. Okay, so we're going to pour these into a bowl. Actually, let me drain them first. There's that salty brine that they're stored into. So we're going to throw them in there. Okay, that's one. And two. Okay, here we go. And we're going to just soak it with some cold water. Okay. And the reason why I'm doing this is because the brine that they store the olives in is very, very salty. And you don't want your olives to be super salty that people won't eat them. So you have to let them soak in cold water. Anywhere between, I would say, 3 to 4 hours. So that's your first step. Before you do anything else, put your olives to soak. Guys, so let's begin the filling for the stuffed olives. So what I have here in my pan is about 750 grams of ground beef, about 500 grams of ground veal, and 500 grams of ground pork. Now I know this sounds like a lot, and yes, it will make a lot of filling, but the good thing is with the leftover filling, you can stuff cannelloni, you can stuff pasta shells, whatever you like. So make lots of it. This can also be frozen for later usage. All right, so we're going to put this on, I would say, medium-high heat, and we're just going to brown it and move it around. It's going to take a little bit for the pan to warm up. And through the magic of editing, our meat is well on its way. We're going to season with salt and pepper. And some pepper. Just the rim. Okay. Give it a good stir. And if you see a lot of liquid, not to worry. You want that because we're going to be adding other things to this, and you want to keep the meat nice and moist. Now what I have here is 350 grams of grinded mortadella. So that is an Italian cold cut, and I'm just going to sprinkle this in. And what I did was I just put it through the food processor, and I bought a whole piece. It's the easiest way to do it. If you don't want to use mortadella, you can also use pancetta, but I do remember my mom putting mortadella in for extra flavor. It is not typical of your stuffing for the olives, but I do remember my mom doing this for extra flavor. So we're just going to put that in. Okay. So I've given that a stir. It's all incorporated. Now I'm going to be adding 1 large chopped onion, and just chop it up into little pieces, or you can throw it in your food processor if you choose. Okay. And just give it a stir. I know it seems like a lot, but it will go down in volume. Okay, so let's stir it in. And then we're going to add about 1 carrot, finely chopped as well. Okay, and about 2 medium-sized celery stalks, chopped up very finely as well. Okay, that's everything there. And again, just nice incorporation. Take your time and just make sure it's all incorporated in there. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm crumbling up an herb bouillon, okay, for flavor. Now if you don't want to use an herb bouillon, what you can do is use 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and 1 teaspoon of parsley to season up your meat. I just prefer the bouillon, it makes it easier for me. And I'm also going to throw in the zest of a lemon, which I've zested, and also about half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and that was in there as well. There we go. Again, give it a good stir, incorporate everything. And last, what I have is a glass of white wine. So you just want to pour this in, but you know what? I'm going to take a drink. Good. You got to make sure that it's good before you put it in your food, right? So we're just going to gently pour that in. Kids, don't start drinking at home. All right. And again, give it a stir. Just make sure everything is nicely incorporated. And now we're going to set this to a medium-low heat. And we're going to let it simmer for about, I would say about an hour. And you want to cover it with a glass cover. I'm going to put it on medium-low, cover it up. I can find where the pan is. Okay, that's good. There you go. And we'll let it cook for about, I would say anywhere between 45 minutes. Check on it. And worst case in 1 hour. And that's it. So through the magic of editing, 45 minutes, almost an hour has gone by. And this is where we're at. Everything is coming along nicely. And you can hear that sizzle, and that's what you want to hear. So that's how you know it's done. There is liquid, but it has evaporated, and that's what you want to hear. You want to hear that sizzle. So it's all done. So we're going to turn this off, and we're just going to let it cool and come to room temperature, and then we'll continue on, and we'll fix it. We'll incorporate all the other ingredients that we have to put in to finish the filling for the stuffed olives. Okay, so our mixture is down to room temperature. I've transferred it to a bowl, and now I've got 1 egg, and I'm just going to give it a slight beat. We're going to put that into our meat mixture. There we go. Okay. And I've got about 1 cup of grated Parmigiano cheese. So we're just going to sprinkle that in. Okay. Throw that in. It's done. Okay. My hands are clean. We're going to go in with my hands. If you don't want to do this with your hands, you want to do it with a spatula, go right ahead. I just find it easier to go in and mix with my hands. I just washed my hands. So we're going to give that a good mix. Okay, so it's almost there. Almost got it all incorporated. You'll be able to feel it with your hands as it gets very blended. You'll feel it in the mixture in your hands. Okay, so our filling, I believe, is done. I'm just going to try just a tiny bit. There's my spoon somewhere. Okay. Just gonna try a tiny bit just to make sure for seasonings. That's perfect. It's on point. So your filling is now ready. Now, like I said, if this looks like it's a lot, it probably is a lot for your stuffed olives, but this is a great filling that you can stuff pasta shells, cannelloni. You can do that. And so whatever is left over that you don't use for your olives, you can freeze. And then one night you can make cannelloni for dinner. Just buy the prepackaged cannelloni, stuff them, put some sauce, and throw those in the oven. So that's done. We're going to just set that aside for now. And I'm going to wash my hands. Okay guys, so our olives are now drained after a good 4 hours being soaking. Our filling is ready to go, and so we're going to start. Grab your olive from the top, grab a pointy paring knife, score down the side. Some of them will have like a little pimento or garlic inside, not to worry. So I'm going to show you again. Just take that out. Score down the side like so, and just pop. This one didn't have anything, I don't think. No. Okay, do a few more. Score down the side, and you only want to do it on one side there. This one had it. Okay. Okay. So we're going to just grab a little tiny ball of meat with your hand. Okay, just not too big, small, and you're going to gently hold the olive open and push the meat in. And there. And all you do is just gently give it a shaping. You always want to make it look like an olive, so try to put it back into the shape of an olive. Okay, and we just place it on a tray, if I could figure out where I am. And then again, I'll show you again. Open up the olive, little ball of meat of your filling here. And just insert it in and close the olive. And again, try shaping it back into the shape of an olive. Just like so. And then, okay, do one more. Open it up. Now, if your olive happens to crack in half, not to worry. You can always put it back together. It's an olive at the end of the day. And whoop, see, like this one's starting to crack on me. I opened it a little bit too much, but that's okay. So just gently put it back into place, and not to worry, it'll hold. And just shape it like an olive, and done. And repeat this process until you've finished all the olives. It is a little bit of a tedious job, but like I said in the beginning, it is well worth the trouble. You'll enjoy it once they're done. Okay, so through the magic of editing, as you can see, we have all of our stuffed olives done. And I just have a breading station here set up. So I have one bowl with a little bit of all-purpose flour, one bowl with 3 beaten eggs. Just give them a beating quickly. And I have one bowl with some seasoned breadcrumbs, Italian seasoned breadcrumbs. So we're going to start. Grab one of your stuffed olives, dredge them in the flour. Well, you can do 2 or 3 at a time. Okay. And lightly shake them out and put them into your egg mixture. Okay, grab a couple more. You just want to lightly coat them in the flour. Okay, into the egg, mix them up. Make sure it's nicely coated with the egg. Okay, and this is where it's going to get messy. Go in, my hands are clean, and into the breadcrumbs. And the fork. And one more. Just wash my hands. Just give them a quick shake and just a quick coat. The olive will only pick up what it needs. Okay, but you want to make sure you give it a patting, but don't squash them. Keep as much as you can of the shape. Okay, so there we have one. Two. Oops. 4, and where's my last one? 5, and now you're going to repeat this process until they are all done with the bread. Okay, so our olives are all completed. They're done. We've got them all breaded here. Now I've got some sunflower oil and some olive oil in my pan warming up. Now the reason I do this is I mix the 2 oils. So I would say about a cup of sunflower oil, a finger, whichever way you want to measure it, and about 2 turns of the pan with the bottle of olive oil. So I would say maybe about 2 or 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And why you mix this when you're frying is because the sunflower mixed with the olive oil will make the product that you're frying a lot crispier. That, and also the temperature of the olive oil is higher than the temperature of the sunflower, meaning it can hold the heat at a higher grade of temperature. Okay, so we're ready to go. Now be careful, it is frying. Okay, so we're going to add, there we go, one. And we're just going to drop these in. Now normally I don't fry because it's something that scares me to do, but today I'm getting courageous for you folks. And I'm actually doing it by myself. Do I do this all the time? No. It's not a smart thing for a blind person to do. Okay, just try to space them out a little bit. So I should be able to fit everything. Now, what you're striving for is just a nice golden color. Remember, everything is pretty much cooked. Now I'm going to ask my videographer, my son, do I have enough room to put one more? Okay, I think I got them all. So we're just going to let these fry up and just give them a turn once in a while. And you just want them a little bit golden brown and just crispy. So that'll take a few minutes to get going. And we'll be back as soon as these are all done. Okay guys, we're pretty much done here. So I'm just going to start pulling them out. If I can get, there we go. So just get a slotted spoon, drain it, and put it on a paper towel so that the oil will absorb. Be very careful. Okay. Okay, there we go. This is the finished product. This is olive ripiene alla scolana. So for those of you that don't speak Italian, it's stuffed olives. This is, like I said, a Christmas tradition in my house from my dad's part of Italy, from Le Marche. And I encourage you all. I know it takes a long time. It's a long process to make, but get in the kitchen, try these. The ones you find in the store, yeah, they're comparable, but nothing beats homemade. So give it a shot. Try them. I'm going to try one because I only get them once a year at Christmas. So good. The meat inside is very savory, and the olive is nice and plump and crispy on the outside. Really good. So this makes a beautiful appetizer. So guys, go for it. Get in the kitchen. And I'll see you next time on Cooking Blind with Yolanda. Bye.